Hello and welcome to Let Me Be, a podcast where we dive deep into the lives of extraordinary individuals, uncovering their journeys, challenges, and inspiration. Today, I have the honor of speaking with someone who has dedicated her career to international business, diplomacy, and economic relations between the UK and Italy. She is the Deputy Consul General and Executive Director of the UK Department for Business and Trade (DBT) in Italy. With 20 years of experience in diplomacy, Serena Corti has worked with the highest level stakeholders, facilitating business partnership and promoting women in business. From working on peace and security projects for the Italian government to advising at the Canadian Consulate, she has been an instrumental in fostering international operations. Beyond her diplomatic role, she is also a certified coach, actively advocating for leadership and personal development within the DBT Europe network. Please welcome Serena Corti to the show. Welcome, Serena.
Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very pleased.
Yeah, pleasure. Likewise. So you have an incredible journey from international economics to diplomacy and business leadership. What inspired you to step into this field?
Yeah, I think that inspiration comes from the people I meet every day. I'm definitely a people person, and I like to say that I fall in love with the projects I discover every day when I talk to people. They can be business contacts, institutions, associations, and I like to listen to their stories, to listen to their passion, and understand why they are doing what they are doing. Um, I'm a very curious person, so my experience in the international field started when I was just 17, and after the end of the civil war in Sarajevo, I spent a period there to understand the importance of peace and how we, in terms of diplomats, we can support this journey. And I decided to dedicate all my career on that, and I find the motivation in everything I do every day.
Yeah. So, you've been a strong advocate for women in business. So, what challenges, do women face in leadership roles today, and how we can maybe bridge the gap?
Yeah, that's a very good question. For me, everything started with the coaching journey. Because I had a very difficult period because I have a child who was born super prematurely, and he lived 6 months in the intensive care. Now he's fine, but it was a very tough journey, and I decided to that I wanted to change my life, to change my perspective and empower people around me. So I took the qualification as coach, and my main focus in my private life, but also at work, is to support people who need to be motivated, who need to feel that there is someone who believes in them. So since then, I realized that there are a lot of women who unfortunately are maybe discriminated. They are very strong women. They are real talents. Uh, but maybe they struggle in ordinary life or in professional life to play the key role they should play. So since then, I started like this coaching journey with women, part of my organizations, but also outside. We have a big network here in Europe, around 400 people. So I offered free of charge my support to have a conversation to empower these women. And as part of the UK government, I also love to talk about women empowerment in different conferences. So I just attended one dedicated to organized by UN Women Group. And in addition to this, every time that there is a chance to talk about the importance of women and to have a chat also with young women to say in front of you, you have a fantastic life, so you need just to believe in yourself. I take the chance.
Yeah. So thank you for the detailed answer. And in 2020 you became a certified coach and started promoting a coaching culture. So how has coaching transformed leadership within the BBT Europe network?
That's a very important question, because everything started just before the pandemic, and I found that it was a difficult period for all of us. We changed our way to evaluate our life, to evaluate the quality of our life at work. And I'm used to say that we changed the algorithms of our expectations. Now I can clearly see that colleagues, in particular also young colleagues, they are more focused on the quality of their life, and also they would like to dedicate a good time also to their private life, to their own interests, hobbies. And I thought that coaching was the key to empower all these people to embrace their journey, to understand what they wanted to do. And I like to work on the objectives with people instead of working how to do things. I don't think that there is just one way that is valid for everyone. I think that each of us should select the journey we like to select to reach the objective. And I like just to be there to support colleagues, friends, and family members to find their own journey, because at the end, happiness should be the main objective.
Yeah, your role involves high level negotiation, strategic partnership, and leadership responsibility. So how do you balance work, personal growth, and well-being?
Yeah, that's hard sometimes, because I feel like part of a jigsaw. So we have a very intense life at work, a very intense life privately, and I feel that it's really important for me that this is balanced. So every time I feel that maybe it's really hard for me to face all the challenges at work, it's time for me to stop and to reflect, and maybe to do something I like. It can be to do some trekking. I like a lot of hobbies. I like to parachute. I like also to attend training in languages, these kind of things. In parallel, when there are very difficult moments in my private life, maybe I like to be dedicated there and to decide maybe to take a little bit distance from what I'm doing and work and be more focused. So I think it's really important not to have a universal recipe, but just to change ourselves every time we feel that it's time to make a change maybe in our life.
Yeah. So apart from Italy and the UK, have you traveled to any other country? Tell us more about maybe a little bit about your experience traveling to different countries, exploring the different cultures.
Mm, yeah, I, um, I love to travel. Clearly, I've selected an international career, so it was a desire I've always had. So I, from um, Africa, Asia, America. I really love to travel, and what I like to do is, and it's quite difficult usually for an Italian woman to travel by by myself, because culturally I think we are still a little bit shy sometimes. But I took the opportunity to understand what I wanted to visit, and dedicate a few weeks or months before the journey to study the culture of the other countries. I did, for example, for South Africa, for Japan, and Malaysia. I traveled by myself, and for me, it was really important not to have a full package, the classic holidays where everything is organized, but it's really to understand the culture, to spend the time with the community there, to understand their traditions, and really to experience their life. I think that this is the best way to become to be rich, rich of values, rich of new energies, new passions.
Yeah. So have you, like you said that you have traveled to Asia also. So have you been to India?
I've never been to India, but after this conversation, in particular, I think it will be at the top of my next destinations. I've always dreamt of it, and I have a colleague in particular who spent like 6, 7 years in India, and she worked also for the Indian consulate. And every week I've asked her something about India, and I found it so fascinating.
Yeah, we would love to have you in India. We maybe I can arrange a in-person podcast with you then, if you are in India.
Would be fantastic.
Yeah. So, given your expertise in international trade, what are, the key opportunities and challenges for the UK-Italy trade relations in the coming years?
Yeah, let's say that after the UK exits the European Union, we had to redefine a new trade relationship there. And this at the beginning was challenging because clearly we had the new procedures. We had to assist UK and Italian companies to support their trade relationship. Now I can say that in most cases, all these challenges they've gone. Thanks also to the work of colleagues in my team, and thanks also to the work of the institutions, authorities, because there is a special relationship between Italy and UK. So every time we had an issue, we were lucky to find people who were happy to support us to find a solution. And last year we signed an important agreement named the Dialogue, and we are going to launch really soon working groups in specific sectors to discuss joint projects, understand if there are difficulties, or otherwise to explore how, as UK government, we can support these projects to become maybe a reality.
Thank you. Thank you for answering. If you have to describe yourself in 3 words, so what would they be?
Oh, wow. For sure, curious. I said before, I think I'm really interested in life of people. I'm a people person, so I like to listen to the other people. I'm optimistic. I'm very positive. So I always try to see challenges, difficulties as potential opportunities, and be focused on the solution. So I'm quite also, let's say, pragmatic. And I would say the last word probably determined, because I think that when I have a dream and I realize this is my dream, my value, I go for it, and I really fight to reach my objective.
Okay, so curious, optimistic, and determined. Let's say.
Exactly, exactly.
So, finally, based on your experience in business, diplomacy, and coaching, what's one life lesson you believe everyone should know?
If I believe, sorry, in
Everyone, what one life lesson you believe everyone should know?
yeah, I think for me it's really important. Like I've got a personal recipe that is like fail, 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 and I think that it's a personal, really belief for me, because at the beginning I was really perfectionist, and I realized that this type of things blocked my growth. And if we do things, we make mistakes, we fail, and it's not embarrassing. It's like the opposite. We should feel also proud of our mistakes, because we can learn a lot, and it can be key for us to be better people, and to improve maybe a situation. So I would say it's important to be ambitious. It's important not to consider perfection as the main objective, but it's important to be focused on what we want to achieve.
Yeah. So it is like fail big and be ambitious.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
definitely.
yeah. So this has been, an insightful and inspiring conversation. Your journey in diplomacy, business, and leadership is truly remarkable. So before we wrap up, where can our listeners follow your work or get in touch with you?
I would suggest to contact me through LinkedIn, my profile, Serena Corti. I would be very pleased to, I publish weekly what I'm doing, and I'm really open to, to receive requests of contacts and every chat every time you wish.
Yeah. One more question. Do you believe in God or a higher power?
Yes, yes, I do. I strongly believe in God. When I went through the tough period of my life, I felt that I needed to feel that I was supported by someone bigger, and it's important. I think that we as people we feel that we can trust someone, we can have a hope, and that there is someone who can look. Ourselves can support and care about us. So for me, it was really important to overcome difficulties, to be optimistic, and I think each of us should believe in superpower because we are part of a wider project for sure.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Serena. And to our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay curious and keep learning. And most importantly, let yourself be. Thank you. Thank,
Thank you all. See you soon.
thank you.